Hello, it's Tanya with Tinkerin' and Ink with Tanya, and I am bringing you just a few alternative projects. I'm not going to show you how I made them. I'll just walk you through what I've made. I got a little carried away with this particular kit. It is the Wildflower Wishes kit. I believe this was the February kit. Yep, February 2018. I don't know about you, but my pile of paper pumpkin boxes grew quite a lot, and I need to start using them. I'm also part of a church ministry for card giving, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to make a bunch of my cards. So this is the stamp set that comes with it. It's got these cute little florals that I thought were perfect for like a little calico, and some sweet little sentiments. And there have been plenty of unboxing videos out there. So the first card I'm going to show you is using some of the little flower stickers on there and the vellum die cuts, which are awesome. I took one of the pre-cut tags and cut it in half and put a space between it. That's the pine plank embossing, pinewood plank embossing folder, and a tag from another kit. And there's a little pearl, and I did pop it up. I use coasters because A, I have a pile of them, B, they're recyclable, and they don't add as much dimension as the foam ones. Anyway, so that's the first card. And then I did, I'm trying to keep these kind of orderly, but forget it. So this one used the pattern, or the printed cardstock mat, one of them that came with the kit, and there were 3 patterns. This is the flower pattern. I used another of the tags, some more of the die cut stickers that are pretty thick, and then a sentiment from Papertrey Ink's Psalms series, and I just thought that that would be perfect. I heat embossed that in white on vellum, and then adhered that with the fine tip glue pen behind the words. And then I did the same thing, only I used one of the embossing, the thinner or narrower embossing folders from Stampin' Up that coordinate with, I can't remember which group it coordinates with. I'll link it in the video description. And again, this is copper embossing powder on the vellum instead of white. I don't think I stamped anything inside. Nope. And then I took the narrower banner, cut that in half, created this die cut coordinates with the lots of labels dies that we have. We've had those for a while. They're a fun shape. So I die cut a piece of white and pine plank, embossed that shape, and then trimmed it to fit. And this is another of the patterned matte papers that they included, which are cardstock weight, not pattern paper weight. This is white heat embossed on some craft paper, and this is one of the vellum banners, and it actually uses the sentiment from the kit. And you get a bunch of twine too in the kit. This is a piece of, okay, I like a different cardstock base. I don't use the cardstock bases that come in the kit for bases. I usually use them for layers and die cutting. This is a new stencil that I got from SimonSaysStamp. I believe it's Folk Dance stencil. And again, I'll link that in the video description. I just sponged Sahara sand on this card base. And another piece of vellum that I had already die cut. This is a retired die, Adorning Accents, I think is what it was called, from Stampin' Up. Digging through my stash, using whatever I felt like, which we really need to do every now and again. So this one, I took this flower image, and I stamped it all over one of the card bases that I'd cut down in Sahara sand. And then I found some Pool Party and some, I think that's So Saffron, and stamped the different images in coordinating colors on that cardstock and then used the quilted Christmas die, or quilt builder die, I think it's called. It was in the holiday mini from 2017. I didn't get to use it much during that catalog season, but just because it's retired doesn't mean I can't use it, and I'm gonna. This is from another of the, gosh, I think it's the December 2017 kit. Nope. It's this one. It was Giftable Greetings from August of 17. So the Thinking of You is from that. Again, with the lots of labels die on some vellum with white embossing. And then that is just single layers. And I cut each of those things out with the quilt builder and then just pieced it back together on a solid square behind it. Then I took this quilted embossing folder. I think you can still get that. I don't think they retired that. I think that was in the holiday returning favorites in the occasions catalog. And this is a retired sentiment. Can't remember the name of it. It was like Sweet Sentiments or something like that. Again, same theory. Just use the different flowers, a different flower stamp for each color, and pop those in. That was actually really simple. It looks complicated, but totally not. So then I loved this layout so much and ran out of this gorgeous patterned paper. And I had all of these printed pieces to use, so I decided to just make a pile of these. I used the banner from Petals and More and found a stamp set from Papertrey Ink. I think it was the Keep It Simple, Thinking of You, and just stamped it and embossed it a bunch of times. And went to town, and I made, I don't know, 13 of these, probably. Quite the stash. And I still have 5 card base halves to use up. Don't worry, I'm going to do it. And I have a whole bunch of the little other pieces left. There's a bunch of twine left. There's a lot left. I will probably have to show you more cards that I made with this kit. It's quite a value. And if you aren't subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, I would certainly love to help you out there. Go ahead and click on the Paper Pumpkin link in the description below if you want to get started. See you next time. Bye-bye.